Put another one in the books, boys. It is time to celebrate. In this video, we are talking Senseonics, stock ticker SENS. If you have been following this channel, Money Dad, then you know that we had a trade open on Senseonics and we made some good money over the last week. We hit our price target today of $5.45. It didn't happen until after hours technically, but we got so close to it during the trading day that I went ahead and put my trailing stop loss on the stock. It did not stop me out of the stock yet, so I am technically still in this stock, but we hit our price target, so I can confirm that this trade pattern worked. We made good money on this one. In fact, I got in just under $4 and we have climbed all the way up about $1.50 from there. So some really quick napkin math suggests that we made about 37% on this trade in about a week. It was actually exactly a week, I believe, from the day that I put the first video out. Yeah, 1 week ago I put a video out on Senseonics. It was trading, well, let's look a week ago, right? It was this candlestick right here, and I suggested that we were going to get this pop. I got in at $3.98 and we were targeting the $5.45 range, and today it got all the way up to $5.40. I thought that was close enough to my price target to put a trailing stop loss on it. I have a 5% trailing stop loss on it. I expect that to trigger probably pretty soon because this stock swings pretty hard, as we saw over the last 2 days. It swung wildly. You know, these last 2 days, this stock went from a low of $3.62 to a high of $5.40. So that is a massive swing for 2 days. But we're talking about a penny stock here, so that's what these do. And we traded this very well. I mean, we saw these two patterns right here. You know, these patterns suggested bullish activity was coming very soon, just like it had in the past. You see these little consolidation periods and then big bullish activity, just a big spike up. Well, we had another consolidation period. You know, I saw it. I was like, you know what, this is going to happen again. We can project a price target to the upside based on these kinds of things. We had some nice bullish activity, a nice upside right here, and then another consolidation period. So it took a couple more days than we thought it was gonna, but we still got there. We got all the way to $5.40 today, and then after hours on massive volume, by the way. This is the volume leaderboard right here, and Senseonics is right here. So what is that, top 10-ish? I mean, top 10 all stocks in volume. This is at barchart.com. We just click on it. We can go over here and see that after hours, we got all the way up to $5.49 so far. I mean, it's still going up. So we're at $5.49 after hours. So we have passed our price target of $5.45. So we did it, guys. We did it again. We've been hitting some home runs on this channel. I'm so happy. Because I think you guys out there are making some money with me too. You know, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you guys what to do with your money. Please make sure you are doing your own due diligence, but I'm just showing you guys the kinds of trades that I'm making on this channel, and we've been doing pretty well with them. So, you know, we made a ton of money on Fuel Cell. We made a ton of money on Zomedica in a really short period of time. We've made some other good trades, and this is kind of our third home run so far on this channel since the channel has really started to take off. So really happy to see it work out. If you've been in the live streams or seen some of my previous videos, you know that I've been charting this one out for a little while now. We've had two chart patterns on it, actually both projecting to the same exact area of that 545 range, and we got right to that point today. So really happy about that. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I do stuff like this almost every single day. I post videos about chart patterns that I see on stocks that I am trading with my own personal money. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is. We are doing well with this stuff. It's not going to be 100% every time. I'm not going to hit every single trade, but we have been doing very well so far. So I'm going to get into how this particular trade worked. I'm going to break it down, and then after I break all that down, I'm going to show you guys how I find these stocks, and I'm going to also tell you, for those that aren't following the channel, what other current trades I am in. If you want to just jump to the chase and see what other current trades I'm in, you can just go over to my channel and look through my videos. You can see every single stock that I have a trade on right now. Clean Spark, Zomedica, etc. Go check those out. Okay, so let's jump into the chart pattern on Senseonics that made this trade happen. So we had these two bull pennants right here. right? Massive flagpole right here with a consolidation period that was projecting to the 545 range based on the size of this flagpole, which was absolutely massive, right? And then as we broke out of this bull pennant, we had another bull pennant created, and a subscriber to this channel actually pointed this one out to me on a live stream a few nights ago. So thank you so much to that person who pointed that out. That's really that was really special, because it really told me, guys, that you guys are really paying attention to the stocks that I talk about on this channel. I know I have a lot of interested viewers in the stocks that I talk about, because you know these videos are popping up on the stocks that you're searching for on YouTube. That's how you guys are finding me. So I know that you guys are interested in these stocks. That was really cool to see someone else come in and say, hey, you know what, I think there's another pattern. So it also lets me know, like, hey, you guys are kind of getting into the technical analysis thing as well. So very cool. Anyway, we had a breakout from this second pattern right here over these last 2 days, and that's what got us to our price target. These two price projections projected to the exact same spot. I think one was 545 and the other one was 547. It's basically the same. It's just a rounding error. I mean, if I went and drew these lines a little bit better, it would probably come out to, you know, something a little bit different than that. But same general area, 545-ish. And we got there, and in after hours, actually, while I'm recording this, it just bumped up to 550 even. So I do have a trailing stop loss on this, so technically I am still in the trade. If we keep bumping up in after hours and we open up again tomorrow, then I will make more money, because I have not been stopped out of this trade. I will not get stopped out of this trade until the stock retraces from the high of the day by 5%. That's what a trailing stop loss is. So if we just keep going straight up tomorrow, I will keep making money. If we go down 5% tomorrow at any point during the day, that's when my trade is going to trigger, and I will basically, my brokerage will sell the position for me. So it's really nice to know that I have made a ton of money on this trade, and I will continue to make money as long as this stock keeps going up. That's one thing that I keep saying in my videos, guys. If you haven't been watching my videos, a couple of different ways that I manage my risk, and I recommend to anybody watching these videos how you can manage your risk as well. One of them is stop losses. Set stop losses in certain areas, you know, on these price patterns, or chart patterns, excuse me. If we break down back under one of these lines, set a stop loss to get you out of that trade, because that trade pattern is no longer valid and that stock could plummet from there, right? You should have stop losses in place so that you're not losing a ton of money, especially on the penny stocks that we trade, because they're so volatile. They can go all over the place. I do try to pick companies that look like they are going up and only up. But you know, at some point this market is going to turn and we are going to lose some money, and if you have a stop loss in place, it will significantly mitigate the amount of money that you're losing in that trade. All right, so that's one way that I strongly recommend you mitigate risk. The other thing that I always say is to take smaller positions in your portfolio. Don't bet your whole portfolio on this one trade. I mean, yeah, if we hit a home run, you could double your portfolio overnight, but you could also lose half of your portfolio overnight. So that's how you mitigate risk. You know, you take smaller positions on these trades. I try to keep my trade positions to about 1/10 of my portfolio. That way I can have 10 trades going at one time. If any one trade does poorly, I don't lose a ton of money, and I have cash available usually to get into the next trade when I find a new setup. So I'm not kind of, you know, wishing that I could get into that next trade, but I don't have any cash. So a couple of different ways there to mitigate your risk, guys. I hope you are doing your own due diligence and you know, mitigating your risk as best as possible. So those are the patterns that we saw on this chart that suggested we were going to head to this price target. Now let's talk about how I find these stocks. And lately, honestly, it's been you guys. The live streams that I do, the comments that you leave down below, you guys are saying, hey, can you look at this stock ticker for me? What about this one? What about that one? The live streams especially, that's exactly what I'd make the live streams for. You know, I'm just looking at the chat and you guys are saying, hey, look up CCIV, and I pull it up, and if it looks good or bad, you know, I write that down and say, hey, that's a good looking stock chart. That was just an example. I honestly don't know what CCIV looks like right now, But that's lately how I've been finding some of these. It's the ones that you guys are interested in. You want me to look at the charts for you. But before I had a lot of traction on this channel and we were doing the live streams, I used to go to barchart.com and I would just look at the volume leaderboard. And the reason I do this is because if there is a lot of volume on a stock, that means there is a lot of people trading it, or there are people trading it with massive volume, right? There's a reason why there are a lot of people trading it, or there's a lot of people trading a lot of shares, right? And typically, not always, but sometimes people are trading this with massive volume because there are patterns that they're trading on these stock charts, right? So I will look up, I mean, you can do this on any website that shows a volume leaderboard, but I use barchart.com just because that's what I know, right? So I'll go to the leaderboard for the day. I will look at all the charts for all of these stocks and find patterns on them. What's great about this is a lot of times they're penny stocks, so they move really wildly. Like, for example, look at the leaderboard right here, right? We've got stocks that are moving anywhere between 5 and 500% in one day. So if you find a pattern that you are confident in, you are confident that this is going to break to the upside at a certain point, that stock can make you a ton of money. It's not, we're not talking about Apple that's going to move 2% the next day. We're talking about some penny stocks or some smaller cap stocks that could swing 20, 30% in one day, right? That's the kind of stuff that I'm looking for. There is more volatility there, there's more risk, but if you have a good method to your madness, if you have a winning strategy, then the way that you can maximize your profits with a winning strategy is by using that strategy on stocks that move more, right? I'm looking for stocks that are moving heavier, so smaller cap stocks. So that's how I find the stocks that we trade on this channel. Now let's talk about some of the other trades that I'm currently in. And I make videos on almost every single trade that I'm in. And if you guys want to know when I buy or sell a stock up to, as real time as I can possibly get, please consider joining the channel. Just hit the join button under the video. I believe it's $2.99 a month, and I will post YouTube community posts to my channel members when I buy or sell a stock as I can, as work allows. I do have a day job. I can't do it every single time, but I will get you my buys and sells in near real time as often as I possibly can. Today, for example, when I put that trailing stop loss on Senseonics, I posted to my channel members, hey, we hit, or we came pretty close to the price target, so I'm putting a trailing stop loss on. Anyway, you can see at the Money Dad channel that we have a trade open on CleanSpark. In the past, I've had trades on Gevo and Plug Power and Neo, Zomedica, High Tide, PayPal. So you can just go through all these videos and see what stocks I have trades on, and if I hit those price targets or not, or if I even opened a trade, because sometimes I will make these videos and let you guys know ahead of time, hey, there is a pattern that's shaping up. It hasn't hit the area where we want to buy in just yet, but I'm letting you guys know so that you can, watch for it yourself. And if it breaks above, the resistance line of this pennant, that's where you want to buy. So sometimes I'll get those videos out a little bit early so that, you guys can get in early position, or you can be watching to get a position as soon as possible, as soon as it breaks over one of those blue lines. Because I like to get them out a little early so that we're not late, right? Because look how fast these things move when they break out of these bull pennants. They can shoot to the upside 50% in 2 days. Well, I don't want to, put a video out too late and you guys miss all those gains. So sometimes I'll put the video out while we are still forming this bull pennant and let you guys decide, okay, maybe pay attention to this bull pennant, and as soon as it breaks out, that's your time to get in. So that's how you guys can track my current trades. I make videos on them. You can join the channel with a membership and get up-to-date buy and sell posts. Consider all those things. I'm not telling you guys this is what you have to do, but it's probably the easiest way to do it if you want to follow my trades. Okay, so just to sum everything up, guys, we made a ton of money on Senseonics. I am still technically in the trade. I'm up about 37%. I have a trailing stop loss on it of 5%. So as long as we keep going up, I will still be in the trade making money. But as soon as this stock pulls back 5%, my trailing stop loss will trigger, and I will be sold out of the position for, well, at least a 32% gain at this point. But it looks like we're probably going to gap up tomorrow if we open at where we're at right now anyway, and we will be off to the races again. Okay, so that's what I got for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you made a lot of money on this trade with me. If not, just watch for the next one, guys. Hit the subscribe button, join the Money Dad channel, and watch for the next trade, because we've been doing pretty good. I think the next trade is going to be CleanSpark. I do have a position in CleanSpark. I made a video on it yesterday. I do think that one is going to be going through the roof soon. I do see a pretty big pattern forming on it, and they have the fundamentals to back it up as well. I don't get into the fundamentals too much on this channel, but I did talk about the fundamentals on CleanSpark in that video, so go check that one out if you guys are into fundamental analysis as well. I do like this company a lot. They have the fundamentals to back up the chart pattern on this one. Okay, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber yet, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. I'll see you there and in the next video. Cheers, guys.